Click subscribe to get latest news and don't forget to press the bell icon.
President Trump has all eyes on North Korea's border as a new army of nuclear-capable Russian bombers just showed up. They performed a flight mission around the Korean peninsula, which has been criticized as an action done in response to the United States and South Korean military drills that occurred earlier this week. The Russian mission included fighter escorts, bombers with nuclear capabilities, and at least one aircraft equipped with intelligence-gathering technology. A spokesperson from Russia's defense ministry released a statement that might put people back at ease. They stated our long-range aviation pilots, according to an established plan, regularly carry out flights over neutral waters over the Atlantic, the Arctic, the Black Sea and the Pacific Ocean from their bases and from tactical airfields. However, that doesn't put South Korea at ease. South Korean officials suggest the Russian flight violated their airspace. This places some sideshow undercards entertainment between Russia and South Korea in the mix of the main event with the United States squaring off against North Korea. South Korea was not happy with the Russian flights. As the Russian aircraft entered the Kadiz, Korea Air Defense Identification Zone, information yesterday morning, a squadron of our Air Force jets made an emergency sorties, an anonymous source in the government told Yonhap on Thursday. The flight was announced by the Russian Defense Ministry on the same day the Russians officially complained about the war games between South Korea and the United States, leaving little doubt that the two incidents were connected. The U.S. and South Korea holding yet more large-scale military and naval exercises does not help reduce tensions on the Korean peninsula, Foreign Ministry spokeswoman Maria Zakharova said during a press briefing. We urge all sides to exercise maximum caution. Given the arms buildup in the region, any rash move or even an unintended incident could spark a military conflict. It appears as though the Russian Defense Ministry announced their flight, but it happened on the same day Russians complained about war games with South Korea and USA. People gathered there was little reason to suggest the flight was not connected to the complaint. On the contrary, the joint practices between South Korea and the United States were planned well in advance, so it's not safe to assume this was anything done in an offensive or aggressive manner. This was something planned well before tensions were rising, so it's not a safe assumption to assume the joint exercises between the USA and South Korea were done to show strength or action towards North Korea or Russia. Russia making itself known in North Korea is a game changer, and not a particularly good one, especially since, along with China, they're one of Pyongyang's closer allies. If there's anyone who should be shaking right now, it's North Korea. Either Trump or Putin could point a finger, say boom, and annihilate the North Koreans in a matter of minutes. The dictator of North Korea can barely launch a test missile without flubbing it, so there's not much of a threat there. Sure, they have some weapons, but they don't have our weapons. The American military, under the lead of Mad Dog Mattis and President Trump, will not be defeated. The Americans will win every battle and every war if they're required to fight. The best scenario for North Korea is for their leader to act less like a dictator to his people or step down. The population of North Koreans living under a miserable dictatorship needs to end, but that is essentially their problem. America can't just step in and dethrone the leader of North Korea. That's not how this works. America can and will defend themselves and allies, but they cannot simply move in and remove someone's leader. If they did, then that might open the door for war crimes and really spark a third world war. Which is something most sane people would like to avoid, even though we know the outcome would see America go undefeated with a 3-0 record. Some suggest Russia and China might be playing games with the United States, but I find that hard to believe. I think USA and Russia are more on the same page than people think. What benefit would Russia and USA have if they ever engaged in a war? It would be a loss for both teams and no true winner could be announced. Well, America would crush them too, but America would still suffer casualties of war and no one wants that to happen. There simply doesn't appear to be an economic victory for battling with Russia. However, it makes more sense for USA and Russia to be on the same page and be world powers together with China and South Korea. If North Korea wants to be the odd man out, then that's their problem. If they keep it up, there won't be much of North Korea left.